We're in the KG Lounge. This is the second day of the anime debating tournament. I'm going to be debating God King. His character is going to be Blue Marvel from Marvel Comics. I'm going to be taking Featherine, Augustus Aurora. And yeah, you can start my time. So obviously, the win condition for this debate is just I have to demonstrate that my character is capable of beating the shit out of his character, right? Obviously, that's how these debates typically go. I'm gonna send two scans in the side chat. And I'm gonna argue that these right here allow my character to have some type of causal interaction where they're gonna be capable of beating the other character. If we refer to the scan says that power of hers could let her overlook all of creation and meddle / interfere with the world akin to that of a story / tale and freely rewrite it. Now, obviously, it's the case that Blue Marvel, the character that God King is going to be arguing for, exists in a world that is akin to a story and tale, right? We can apply some type of analogical predicate there. So it seems to be the case that my character can freely rewrite and overlook and overtake and freely rewrite that world and hence erase the character out of existence. So yeah, that's basically my opening statement. And yeah, we can have God King give his now.
Okay.
You can end my
Are
time.
you ready? Let me know.
That's the rest
yeah.
of my time.
Yeah. Let me know when you're ready, God King. I'll start the first word.
Yeah, so pretty much the same exact thing. I would be arguing for my character scaling over his. I would be arguing for my character beating his. I'll be arguing my character. I don't really think I have to argue speed, but yeah, pretty much just the stats, so physical stats in general. I would just be arguing for my character to be able to defeat his, and that's pretty much it. I'll get into more detail when we start actually arguing with actual evidence
Is that
and
it?
stuff like that. Yep, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Okay, we can go to open discussion.
Timer.
All right, so God King, I'm just going to ask you, what is your reasoning? How are you getting to the conclusion that your character is going to be my character in light of the fact that we have the scan here that shows that my character massively outhacks your character?
Okay.
So how are you exactly
yeah,
getting to that conclusion?
Yeah, I knew it. Just let me know when you're finished.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so my character basically scales above fiction itself. We see this via the official data book. Where should I send scans?
I'm gonna give you pick
I'll
terms. You
just
can
send it.
send them in the side chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you see right here, this is from the official handbook of Marvel Universe, from the actual Marvel company, from the actual. Okay. Is my mic on? Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, good. Just making sure because my headphones usually go out. Okay, it says the omniverse is a collection of every single universe, dimension, etc. This includes the real world right outside our windows, right? Meaning speaking to the actual reader, meaning us as in the actual three-dimensional beings in this VC right now. But it also includes every single universe, realm, etc. Every mentioned in Marvel comics, right? As well as other companies. This includes every single literature, literary, television show, movie, urban legend, rumor, whatever, right? Anything in fiction. It obviously includes different universes, realms, etc. Pretty much ever, and it says that again. It basically includes everyone from Poppy to Popeye to Luke Skywalker to Anakin Skywalker to whoever, right? Just everyone in fiction. And it even used real life people like Jay and Silent Bob. Those are actual real life people that exist from within reality. It says everything is within the actual omniverse. And there's only one omniverse, period. And so basically, this is also backed up by we seeing this actually happen and taking place within the actual Marvel comics itself. So we see other universes like JJK, meaning Jujutsu Kaisen itself. Not only that, but other anime like Gachi Akata. If you see that right there, and then the writer herself, my bad, the writer herself also confirms that this is actually what actually happens. So her anime is in fact within.
What just happened to him? What the fuck?
I think he got smited. Did someone drop him?
No.
Yeah. I think I
Yo,
clicked the
you
button
good?
by accident. I tried to click the chat button.
Yeah, you're straight.
But
But
yeah.
I just have like a
So-
couple questions. So
Yeah, go ahead.
it seems to be
Yeah,
the
go
case
ahead.
that you're embedding some type of synthetic facts in your motivation, right? Claims about the actual world. That seems to be begging the question against this type of ontological nihilism view, or even some type of mereological nihilist view when you want to say that the omniverse is this type of macrocosm, which is going to be some type of collection of universes. Obviously, if it's the case that we take some type of mereological nihilism account, it's going to be the case where reality is ultimately one substance. There's not going to be any type of distinction between the universes there. I'm curious on if you have some type of argument against those two claims. You have two burdens on the table. I want you to fulfill your burdens.
Yeah, so that's not how burdens work. Burdens, you would have to prove that those are actually my burdens because those are my arguments.
That is your burden
The
because you
from
made
what
a
I'm
claim that's
understanding.
incompatible, retard. You understand that, right? When you make a claim that's
Wait, hold on.
incompatible, you're
Wait, hold
begging the
on.
question
I
against
just
it. Do
let
you
you
have some type of
finish,
underlying
and this is what I'm saying, bro. Can I get moderator?
presuppositions,
Can
and
I
I
get a
want you
moderator?
to
Can I get a
justify
moderator?
those.
Can I get a moderator? Can I get a moderator
Yeah,
while
yeah,
she's still
yeah,
talking?
yeah. We can do talking
Yeah,
shit. Go
shut up,
ahead.
please.
Yeah,
And
beg for
he's
the
also
moderator, bitch ass
insulting.
nigga.
And he, what the fuck? You just said that you can. Yo, shut the fuck up. What the
Go
fuck is
ahead,
wrong
God
with you?
King. God King, go
That's just
ahead. Go
annoying as
ahead.
fuck. And he's insulting me. Like, get the fuck out of here.
It's okay. It's okay.
So
Go
yeah,
ahead.
anyways.
Relax,
So yeah,
relax.
anyways, no. So yeah, yeah. So anyways, that's not how burdens work. From what I know, burdens is based on your actual argument and what you're actually willing to actually substantiate via your argumentation. You just can't ask questions and be like, well, because I'm questioning what you're saying, that means that that's my job and my obligation to actually answer that. So by all means, go ahead and prove that those are my burdens, because if I'm not mistaken, that's just called shifting the burden. That's not my argument. That's not anything that I have to put into question, and it's not something that I have to. Now, if you have your own skepticism, if you have your own
Okay.
questionings,
Okay.
you can go ahead.
I'm
But
gonna mute him now.
I didn't finish.
Okay, you're actually retarded as fuck. Obviously, when you make
What the
synthetic claims,
fuck?
you're making claims about the actual world. Obviously, if it's the case that you're making claims about the actual world, that's going to be begging the question against the position that there is no actual world. And also, when you make claims that the universe, there's multiple universes, right? That's going to invoke some type of partition in reality. If it's the case that you're a mereological nihilist, there is no partition in reality. So obviously, you have two burdens. You're presupposing the denial of those two theses when you make claims like, oh, there's multiple universes, or oh, there are people who exist within the actual world. Obviously, those are going to be going against the ontological nihilist account, where there is no actual world and there's nothing that exists. Right. So I'm just curious on if you have an argument against those two claims. You have that burden. We can embed this type of burden within our dialectical model within argument conceptual scheme. It seems to be the case that you're way out of your league here. When we talk about our conceptual scheme, obviously we're talking about a linguistical framework when we operate inside these type of domains of discourse, what instantiates these type of domains of discourse. And all I'm saying here is within the linguistical framework that we're operating under this dialectic, you've made claims to have semantic content which is incompatible with these two theses. So it actually is in fact your burden. And if you want more motivation that it's your burden, it seems to be the case there's going to be some type of large coordinated success when we adopt these type of talks within our daily discourse practices. And that's going to raise the posterior probability of you having a burden. So go ahead and motivate the two claims, retard.
Yeah. Like I said, you would have to prove that
Yeah,
those are
like I
actually my
said, are you
burdens.
gonna?
And I don't know
I
why you
just
keep
did,
saying,
retard.
okay, yeah, you're gonna get low commuted. No, no, you could get low commuted. No, I'm not gonna keep doing that shit. I asked for moderator already. That's cool. If you don't hear me, that's not my problem. Like he's
No,
obviously
he's server
interrupting me
muted.
on
He's
my
server
shit.
muted. You're chilling. He's server
Oh,
muted.
okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, he has perms by the way. So, but yeah, so like I said already, again, you have to prove that those are actually my burdens. I already gave my reasons as to why I don't believe those are. I literally said that the burden of proof is the only obligation that you can actually say that I'm actually under the burden of, and I already fulfilled that. I argue for a position. I then sent evidence of that said position. You're now questioning something that doesn't mean that it's my obligation to prove that. Show me where that fallacy is saying that. Show me where that burden is actually placed upon me. Show me that those are actual claims that you're making and forcing me to do something without actually supporting the reasoning as to why I should do that. Go ahead and prove that. You can speak now.
So I want to be very clear for the judge that I gave him about two arguments on the table as to why it's going to be his burden. He then proceeded to yap and asked me to prove it. Obviously, it's the case that I did prove it, and he's now responding to my argument as to why it's his burden, so I'm going to repeat the argument. Seems to be the case that when we embed these type of concepts, such as having burdens within our linguistical practices or our conceptual scheme, it's going to be the case that that's more conceptual ethical, given that we see this type of large convergence of agents obtained their priors over time, given the evidence. Now, you made some positive claims. You said there are real people in reality. Obviously, that's going to go against the ontological nihilist thesis where there's nothing that exists. If there's nothing that exists, you don't get claims like the actual world existing. Stop laughing over me, retard. Obviously, you're getting blown the fuck out in this dialectic. You're taking this dialectical dick, and you have nothing to do except laugh. So, I gave you an argument as to why you have the burden. I want you to respond to that argument if you believe it's the case that you don't have a burden, right? And then after that, if my argument's successful, you're two burdens, retard. But yeah, let the nigger speak now. It's fine. You can unmute him.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to hold back from insulting, but I'll just do it anyway. Yes, first off, dumb, stupid, retarded fuck. That's not what evidence is. I said prove what you were saying. Prove, meaning send actual substantiation of what you are fucking yapping about. You stupid, retarded, brain dead, dumb fuck. Are you not paying attention? This projection of low IQ is actually seeming to be ironic. You stupid bitch. So, as I said, send evidence of the burden that you are claiming. Just yapping more after I already questioned what the fuck you just said doesn't prove what you're saying. 1 + 1 is 3. Well, where's the evidence of that? Well, I just said it. So let me just say 1 + 1 is 3 again. Are you fucking stupid? The said evidence is in question. Go ahead and send evidence, you stupid fuck.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
You understand that I gave you you understand that I gave you a probabilistic argument, which embeds the posterior probability of the given claim here being raised. Obviously, you're not going to raise the hypothesis without any evidence, and I gave you the evidence. The evidence just is the large coordinate success and the rational agents updating their priors over time given the evidence when we engage in these type of discourse practices, retard. And that's expected if it's the case that this thing right here is going to be conceptually ethical. You having a burden. Now, you saying that's not what evidence is? That's trivially what evidence is under the Bayesian epistemology account. Maybe you don't know what Bayesianism is, but Bayesianism just talks about frequencies. There are frequencies, right? And we're updating our posterior probability given the frequencies.
Yeah.
What's your low tier? You don't know shit about what I'm saying. You haven't engaged. I want to flag for the judge. You haven't engaged with the 2 burdens you have on the table. You haven't adequately engaged with the argument I gave for you having the burdens, and you're just continuing to question it. You're saying this is not what evidence is when it's trivially what evidence is. You want me to quote you an SCP article?
Yeah, so the reason
why you want me to quote you a
I'm not
Stanford
responding-
Encyclopedia article on what evidence is
muting
because you're
himself?
retarded?
Yo, what the fuck? He's muting himself only
You're
to
dog
not
shit,
mute
bitch.
himself.
Go
Like,
ahead.
what the fuck? Yo, go ahead and server mute him. I don't know why he keep having the ability to just like keep doing that.
Yeah, he's muted.
Okay, yeah. So for one, the reason why I was laughing at your stupid shit is because people in this community actually think you're fucking good. That's stupid jargon. That means saying words that sound smart but have no real meaning doesn't fucking matter. And to actual good debaters, top tier debaters. That's why I was fucking laughing at you. People in reality is real. Oh, did you just say the real world have reality? Or did you say you said some stupid shit so bad that I had to laugh at it? I'm not even someone that laugh a lot. You question some stupid shit about the real world and talking about some for reality and real people. Like that was something smart to fucking put into question. I said the real world is used within the comment that I already sent evidence of. Then I literally said it's talking to the readers. Now you're questioning, well, prove that the readers is in the real world. You're fucking stupid, and your projection of low IQ is just seeming to be fucking ironic. I said this already, and I'll say it again. You're not good. You're not actually smart either. I doubt it. Like I think you're fucking brain dead, or you have something going on with you. I don't know what it is. We don't know what it is, but it's clearly something there. Why do you keep using jargon rather than use basic, simpler words? More simplicity does not. Yo, let me stop even insulting this nigga. I want to actually stay respectful. But yeah, if he insults me again, then I'll just like go back to it. But yeah, like I was saying though. So yeah, again, me questioning what you're saying is not something bad. I don't know what you're complaining about. You said I have burdens. I'm putting that into question. It's called actually questioning something. It's called skepticism. You saying that means that I can put into question what you are saying. Is this not 101? Is this not class 101? This is not 1 + 1 = 2? I'm confused with what you're saying. And then I'm asking questions about it. What the fuck is the issue with that? So yeah, go ahead and prove that I have those burdens with evidence. That's what I questioned. Go ahead. All he's doing is begging the question,
I'm
by the
about
way.
to unmute you. Just to let you guys know, you have a bit under 10 minutes.
Okay.
You keep
He's
asking me to
begging the
prove it with
question.
evidence when I already provided you evidence. It seems to be the case. If we look at Blue Marvel's debate rules in the side chat, these are his debate rules. He seems to love the burner rejoinder and the burner proof. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of amps on what the burner rejoinder and the burner proof actually are. The burner rejoinder is just the dialectical obligation of one interlocutor to disprove another interlocutor's claims. Now, you have that burden right now, and you're failing to meet that burden. You keep asking me, what's the argument for X? Give me evidence. Give me this, that, and the third. Now, I've already provided the evidence on the table, and I said it's more expected under the hypothesis that you have these burdens. You're not adequately responding to that. You still have the burner rejoinder right now. And you asked me, well, prove it. I gave you arguments. Obviously, you said I'm saying words that have no meaning. Obviously, we can operate under the direct referentialistic kind of meaning within our conceptual schemes, and it does have meaning. So, do you want to conclude? You're getting beat the fuck up so badly right now. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I have to shut
Do
the
you want to
fuck up
conclude?
and then ask the question.
Do you want to conclude?
Am I still speaking? Can you mute him? Can you mute him?
I
Can
asked
you
the
mute him?
binary question.
Can you
It's
mute him?
yes or no.
Can
Do
you
you
mute
want to
him?
conclude?
Can you mute him? 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 Thank you. So yeah, for one, no, for one, notice what he's doing, by the way. He said he sent evidence already, and this is the first thing he said. And all he sent was my fucking definition or my actual rule set, not even a definition, my fault. He sent my rule set and acted like that was a fucking argument or evidence of the claim that he made. He just said, "Whoa, look at Blue Marble's rule set. This is called the burden of proof. Oh, everyone, look at him having standards. Look at him having civility. Look at him having decorum for the fucking shitty community that niggas like him can rap all day and spurg all day and cut niggas off all day. Oh, look at him having standards. Oh, you didn't send evidence of what you was claiming about a burden. You using my rule set that just says burdens doesn't prove that those burdens are on me. Yeah, we know the definition of burden of proof. Yeah, we know the definition of burden of rejoinder. What does that have to do with those being proven to be on me? Hello? Anyone up there? Knock, knock. Hello? Anyone up there? Does the elevator go up to the top floor? I don't think so. Fucking school late bus ass nigga. So yeah, like I said, you got the short butts in school, I can tell. And you got bullied in school. That's why you talking so much shit online. And I'll beat the brakes off you IRL.
Okay,
But
I'm
yeah,
on mute
anyways.
now.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
These had.
But
Yeah, you love
yeah,
fallacies
we
so
can go
much
to
for you to be
conclusions if
mute
you
him, mute him, mute this retard, mute this retard.
Okay,
You love
muted.
fallacies so much for you to be throwing out these ad homs. That's crazy. You love to, say people committing fallacies when you're throwing out ad homs without engaging with the actual evidence I brought to the table. I told you what the evidence is already, retard. I told you the evidence is the coordinated success when we engage in these type of dialectics, right? Instantiating burdens. And I said the evidence is rational agents updating their powers given the evidence. Obviously, you're not able to track that. Now, you might ask, well, why did I give Blue Marvel's debate rules in the side chat? The reason for that is because you're losing by your own standard. It's been about 5 minutes that you've had the burner rejoinder, and you haven't even fulfilled it. And by your debate rules, that just means you auto concede. If we operate under his debate rules, it's an auto concession. Look. I'm gonna re-put it in the side chat. Okay. If we look at his debate rules, it says 5-minute burner rejoinder equals auto concession. He still has the burner rejoinder right now. How are you losing under your own debate rules, retard? And you said insulting equals auto concession when you just throw out ad homs instead of engaging with the argument. So that's another type of auto concession given your debate rules. So you conceded twice already if we operate under your debate rules, by the way. But yeah, we can conclude now. He just said he wants to conclude, so I guess I can give my closer first. Actually no, he went first, so I want him to give his closer first.
Yeah, so for one, no, we didn't run out of time. And I said we can conclude.
You
Doesn't
agreed
mean
to
that
conclude.
we are gonna mute him.
Okay, you have
Yeah.
5 minutes left.
So yeah, exactly. I don't know why he's trying to force shit, knowing that I'm going to respond to him. You're not getting the last word. You're shitty. So for one, yeah, that's not an ad hominem. The same thing you're doing. You're responding to the things, meaning arguments, and also insulting. Mind you, you started that. So if anyone is losing the verdict, it's going to be you. If anyone is auto conceding, it's going to be you. You insulted me first, 5 minutes before I actually started to get tampered. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting pissed. I'm starting to fume. That's only because you started the insult, dumb fuck. Stupid nigga. You're not even tracking your own shit. Secondly, I don't know what you mean by burden of rejoinder. Again, that's what's in question. You literally said hypothetical. And then you also said hypothesis. Hypothesis is an educated guess. That's not even you sending evidence. Sending evidence refer to empirical evidence, meaning observable things that we can see and observe in order for you to prove what you're saying. You just keep saying the same shit, which is begging the question. You're just going ad nauseum. You're not saying anything of substance for you to be saying what you're saying and acting like you're saying something correct. You're just saying shit. That's called jargoning. That's called yapping. And if you think you're smart, I mean, I get this is your server. You have perms. I get it. You probably have your goons in the chat, your cheerleaders, your groupies. Okay, yeah, sure. But that doesn't prove that you're actually showing any level of skill that you think you are. You suck, bitch.
Okay, I'm gonna let him unmute him now just because you've been talking for a minute.
Yeah, I just have a question. What was the evidence on the table that I provided? Do you even remember? Are you still locked?
Yeah, you're unmuted, God King. I'm only gonna mute you guys
Speak,
when you
bitch.
ask for moderation. Yeah, you
What
can
was
speak.
the evidence that I brought to
my
the
bad.
table?
I'm not
I'm asking
looking
you a
at myself
question.
not being. Yeah, I'm not looking at myself being
Yeah,
muted
just
or
answer
not.
the
So
question.
I
Get to the
thought we
substance.
can
What
turn
was the
anyway.
evidence?
So yeah,
What
so
was the
there's no
evidence I
stun lock,
provided?
by the way. So yeah, just I was saying. Okay, can I answer? Can you shut the fuck
Stop
up?
wasting time. Just
I
answer the
get you the
question.
energizer bunny. You don't stop. You don't stop. I get it. But you just asked me a question. Let me answer. So for one, yeah, why do I have to ask you a question? Why do I have to answer that?
Yeah, you're obligated under my dialectical model. My dialectical model is conceptually ethical and embedded in my conceptual scheme. That's why you have to answer this question. So go ahead and answer the question. What was the evidence that I provided on the table? Since you said I didn't provide any evidence at all. And if you want me to dumb down the evidence for your retarded ass, because I know you don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth right now, I can dumb down the evidence. But I just want to know if you were tracking the dialectic. What was the evidence that I provided on the table? Don't time waste and don't dodge. Do you have an answer? Okay, if
Oh,
you
I
don't
didn't
have an
get
answer,
muted.
I'll
So
just
yeah,
repeat the
what the
evidence.
fuck? Yo, this
Yeah,
nigga
yeah.
is retarded.
Oh,
He
okay.
has
Answer the question then.
ADHD or something. He has ADHD. Like what the
Answer the
fuck?
question.
Okay, so for one, why are we under your standards? Why that doesn't prove that I'm under
Because it's
your. That
conceptually
doesn't prove
ethical.
that I have to.
You should
Why does
adopt the
that prove
concepts that I'm
that?
employing within
Why
this
does that prove that I
discourse.
have to answer that? Why does that prove that I have to answer
Because
that?
you should adopt these type of concepts within the discourse. Obviously, have
Should.
is going
Why
to be
does that
relevant
mean that
towards
we
the
are?
deontic modality. You're obligated. You should. Do you not understand that?
Wait,
Obligation is just to say that you should
no.
engage in X action.
Obligation is not even a should. No, you can't say those are contradictory
You
terms.
don't
You
think if
can't
I
say
say you're
should something.
obligated? Wait.
You can't.
You don't think
Oh
if I
my
say you're
God.
obligated to do X, you
Oh
should
my
do
God.
X?
Jesus Christ.
If I
It's
have
bad
an
enough he doesn't
obligation,
shut the fuck
should I do
up.
the action?
It's bad enough he doesn't shut up.
I just want a
Like he
yes or
keeps
no.
muting
We can
himself
conclude
as
here,
if
bro.
it
Do you want to
matters.
conclude?
You may as well just don't. Can I answer your question? Can I respond? Can you shut the fuck up? Thank you. So
Yeah.
for one, that doesn't prove what you're saying. For one, you said should and then obligated. That's not the same
Mm-hmm.
thing. Obligation means mandatory, meaning that there is no option. Should do something means ought
That's
to,
not
meaning
true.
that it's a
That's not true.
suggestion. It means it's
If you're
suggestion.
obligated
It
to do
means
an action,
suggestion.
obviously there's a
Shut the
possibility
fuck
that you
up.
can do
Shut
otherwise. We're
the
not
mute him,
saying
mute him,
it's
mute him, mute him, please,
you're
mute him.
confused.
He doesn't know how to take turns. He doesn't know what popcorn is. So yeah, popcorn
Just say
means
you don't
back
remember
and
the
forth.
evidence.
Back and
Just say
forth,
you don't
back
remember
and
the
forth,
evidence.
back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Just say you don't
So
remember
yeah,
the evidence so we can move on.
Okay, and
should
that is
means ought
time.
to.
That is time. That is time. I'm going to unmute God King because it is fair since Capp opened first. That God King concludes first. You have 5 minutes to give your full conclusion. Anytime you want to renege or give away is up to you. I will unmute you now and let you know when to start. Okay, God King?
Yeah, go
Give me
ahead.
1 second. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm about to start the timer.
Sure.
Ready? Go.
Yeah. Okay, so for one, I made a claim saying that my character should scale above his via the actual scaling of Marvel cosmology or cosmology in general. So basically, the cosmology of Marvel is that everything within fiction actually exists within Marvel. I provided scans of proving that. He didn't even allow me to actually do anything as of yet. So what I'm saying here is that the evidence that I argued for was provided. So I sent the actual official handbook from the actual Marvel company itself. I then sent evidence of the actual comic panel itself, also substantiating what I said. I even gave multiple examples of different multiverses of the fictional topics that I was actually arguing for, which is anime. Two different anime exist within Marvel, proving that the omniverse in general is actually something that obviously coexist with other universes. Him putting that into question while looking at the evidence makes no fucking sense. He didn't question the actual evidence. He questioned just in general, why is this the case when there's already presented evidence that he didn't know how to actually attack? Him using jargon saying, well, the epistemology of my asshole should be something that you should address. You're gay and you're stupid as fuck. So yes, we all know that to be established because you're not that good. In fact, I think you're pretty shitty. right? And so that's what we're questioning here. We're questioning whether or not he actually addressed what I was actually saying, which anyone looking, anyone paying attention, he didn't address shit about my actual scans. He didn't address shit. He literally just let that shit go by and then put it into question in the way where he didn't prove that those are some things that wouldn't get through. So, for example, if I sent evidence that Goku basically beats Vegeta, this nigga basically knocks him the fuck out, and let's say he killed him. He's questioning the idea that, well, why is Goku able? You know what? Yeah, this shit. I think bro, this shit hurt my brain. Oh my god, this nigga's so shitty, and I'm so confused of why he's a top tier in the server. So yeah, like I was saying
Are you
though,
conceding the rest of your time, or are you
no,
done?
no,
Oh,
no,
sorry,
no,
keep
no, no.
going.
I'm
Oh,
I'm
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna finish up.
All
Yeah,
right, three
I
more
just I
minutes.
just had an epiphany. Yeah, I had an epiphany of how stupid this shit really is and how crazy he's actually propped up in the server. I just realized that. Like, what the fuck? His shitty skepticism is weird as fuck. So yeah, like I was saying though. So yeah, I sent evidence. I put into question why he's saying that I have a burden. He sent no actual evidence. He's saying that his standards and his hypotheses, which again is just an assumption. It's educated guess, right? Scientifically, it's an educated guess, meaning that he's presupposing that this could be the case, not proving that this is the case. And I basically said this is fallacious ways of arguing, meaning I said it's begging the question. I put what you said as a question. You repeated what you said. That's begging the question. He basically, the only thing he did was mention my rule set, didn't explain how my rule set applied to this debate in any way, shape, or form, on top of the fact that he contradicted himself. He literally said, well, according to your rule set, you would have been lost, except for he would have lost according to my rule set because he started arguing first. And that was before that even happened with the 5 minutes. So he's just a fucking dumbass, and people just glazing this nigga with for no reason. No reason. Like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. So yeah, like I was saying, he didn't address actually any of my scans. I don't think he debunked it, let alone address it in any significant way, other than questioning it. But then even his questions didn't really actually get proven to be something I should be obligated to respond to, because he's asking me to prove things that I never argued for. I never argued for these things that he is putting into question. So I then say, well, why is that my burden? He didn't explain how that's my burden. All he said was I had a burden, but didn't explain how it was mine. So I'm repeating myself for the people whoever's going to judge. I don't even know who's judging. But yeah, I'm repeating for myself so that people understand how retarded he is and how this doesn't make sense. So he's going to explain, well, according to my epistemology, according to my antonology, according to my whatever the fuck, I'm going to be arguing for more words, more jargon, trying to sound smart and actually understand that no one understands this nigga. Notice that. When you sound smarter, that means that niggas are not able to understand you. That's like a fucking caveman trying to use big words to seem smart, but you're actually stupid. The actual true intelligence is more simplicity. The easier you can understand something for cavemen to understand basic shit, that is the idea of true intelligence. Cutting edge technology gets easier and more efficient to use for everyone, not for a stupid dumbass nigga like this nigga to sound smart and actually start winning points. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. And this nigga keep insulting me. That shit just pissed me the fuck off because I actually beat the fuck out this nigga IRL, let alone in a debate. But his logic is, oh, because I use so much rhetoric, so since I use so much skepticism, since I use so much fucking word jargon, I should
Okay,
be
that's
able to
time.
just
That's time.
knock the
That's
shit
time.
out
That's
you.
time. That's time. That's time. That's time. Okay, it is turn for Cap. Cap, on your first word,
Uh,
I will start the timer.
Yeah, so obviously all the ad homs there are not going to save him from this debate. From the onset, I'm just going to give you guys a quick little recap about what happened and explain why he lost. From the onset, I gave him an argument that Featherine would beat his character who's known as Blue Marvel. He combated that argument by saying, well, my character scales above fiction. He scales into the real world, right? Now, obviously, when you're making claims like, oh, my character scales to the real world, there are X people in the real world, this, that, and the third, that is begging the question against the ontological nihilist view. And if you don't know what the ontological nihilist view is, it's just the view that nothing exists. There is no X such that X exists. For all X, X is non-existent. Right. And I told him he was begging the question against that view. But he then proceeded to make a claim about the cosmology of the universe. He said that the Marvel universe operates within this type of macrocosm. And if you don't know what a macrocosm is, it's just going to be these type of divisions within the universe. Right. That's begging the question against the mereological nihilist account. And if you don't know what that is, it's just the view that there's only one substance of reality, right? There is no division in reality. Now, he's begging the question against these views. He's presupposing that these views are false. He asked me, give an argument as to why I have these burdens. I said, well, you have these burdens because when we embed these type of burdens within our conceptual scheme, it's going to be conceptually ethical, right? And the reason for that just is because, right, when we reflect back on it, we look at the evidence. Now, this is the part where he said I didn't provide any evidence. The evidence I gave him on the table was, one, coordinated success in our linguistic practices. If you don't know what that is, it just seems to be the case that when we embed these type of concepts, we have some type of pragmatic utility. You have utility there. The second evidence I gave him was rational agents updating their powers over time given the evidence. And if you know what that is, basically you're raising the probabilities. Right? We're saying we see a bunch of rational agents raising the probabilities, and we're saying it's expected under the hypothesis. Now, if we reflect back on this and we ask ourselves, did he adequately engage with my argument from premise one? Or from the onset? The answer is no. Did he engage with my argument as to why he has the burdens? The answer is no. He then proceeded to say, well, I don't know why you're bringing up my debate rules. If you don't know, obviously I have rhetorical tactics. I brought up your debate rules to look more optically appealing in this debate, and it obviously succeeded. Now, if we ask ourselves, right, is it the case that he levied any type of proper objection to the argument I gave from the onset? The answer is no. If we ask ourselves, how many objections did he really levy? You find that the answer is a whopping 0. He missed loads of points because he wanted to insult me and try to be funny. When that shit failed, obviously I won this debate. And yeah, I mean, I feel like we can just conclude here. The shit about you beating my ass in real life is obviously false, but I'm not even gonna entertain that goofy shit. And yeah, we can just have Secret Eye give his verdict.
Okay. Seems that he reneges the rest of his time. I'm just going to keep you both on mute while I give my judgment, but I do want to allow Realism to say one specific clarity question, maybe before I give judgment. Realism, do you want to? No one can hear you, Realism. But make it quick. Make it very quick. If you request to come back up, I'll invite you back up, Realism. We'll give him like 1 more minute. The good debate, though, guys. That was a great debate.
Good
Like,
debate. That was a
I enjoyed
great
listening
debate.
to that. You know, I had fun.
Great debate.
I laughed a couple of times. Big smile on
Definitely.
my face. Oh, there he
I'd-
is. Realism, hello. Yeah, Realism, we can't hear you. Yeah, I got it.
If you want, he can just type the question in chat.
Yeah, just type the question or the clarity statement. Comedy show is crazy.
It's a good debate. Definitely extreme.
And I can
diff.
repeat it. Like if you DM it to me or say it. Secret
Yeah,
Eye, don't be
Realism, we can't hear
scared.
you.
Give God King to win. Don't be a big Secret Eye. Give God King. Yeah, they're funny. Stuck for law. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead just because Realism is having a bit of technical difficulties. I'll just say the first statement, which is I give Capp judgment. Like I give Capp the win. If there's any questions or if you guys want reasoning, I can provide that. But I'll just start with that. Capp won the debate.
Why
Yeah,
did
you can
Cap
give your
win?
reasons.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay,
surprised.
well, there was a couple things wrong with the argument in general. Well, first off, there was some discussion there about the characters that got a little bit devoided of attacking the structure, the substance there, because what Cap was arguing kind of went unaddressed. God King just kind of moved on to try to argue for his character above fiction, which seems to not really address that. And then whenever he started arguing for his character, Cap invoked certain obligations upon his view, some presuppositions there. And God King made a bit of a category error. He confused some sort of like epistemic access to visual or auditorial forms of evidence as being necessary or sufficient for what Cap was invoking, which is simply an argument. It's a form of evidence in a sense that it can increase the likelihood of reasoning of a hypothesis, and that kind of went unaddressed. So Cap asked him, how does it respond to these critiques? Not why these views are true. He doesn't invoke, what he said, ontological nihilism is true, and I think the other one was it's kind of slipping my mind. It was mere logical nihilism. It wasn't why are these things true. Why is your view true in virtue of these things being true? It was, well, how does your view stand through the reign of these critiques specifically? And God King never really addressed those things. He never really asked Capp to explain what the critiques were specifically, so he could adequately respond to them. He just denied the obligation altogether. But it doesn't seem that he denied the obligation in the most correct sense, such that it wouldn't go through. Capp also explained why epistemically and morally within the conceptual bout there, why it would be deontically invoked, or like it would just be obligatory upon him. I'm a little bit gibbering here, but the point is, Capp adequately explained why his obligations would go through. God King didn't really respond to why they would be, kind of just insulted Capp towards the end. Well, that was a good debate, you know what I'm saying? I had fun
So
judging that debate.